What if I told you? Most off-grid systems aren't actually silent. They just hide their noise so well that you don't notice how much energy, heat, and inefficiency is constantly building up in the background. When people think of off-grid living, they imagine silence. No generators, no grid hum, just clean energy flowing quietly from solar panels into batteries and into the home. And on the surface, that's true. But inside almost every off-grid system, the inverter is always working. A network almost always creates noise, heat, and small inefficiencies that never fully stop. So a truly silent inverter setup isn't just about reducing sound. It's about reducing stress across the entire system. At the beginning, inverter noise seems minor. A faint hum may be a fan spinning under load. Most people ignore it, assuming it's just part of the system. But that sound is actually a signal, a byproduct of electrical conversion, internal resistance, and thermal management. And where there's noise, there's usually energy being lost. Now let's break down the first major source of inverter noise: cooling systems. Most inverters use active cooling, internal fans that turn on when temperature rises. These fans respond to load and heat, meaning the harder your inverter works, the louder it gets. But here's the deeper issue. If your inverter frequently runs hot enough to trigger fans, it's likely operating under continuous stress. So the noise isn't the problem, it's the symptom. The second major source is electrical vibration, often heard as a hum or buzz from components like transformers and inductors. Over time, it reflects inefficiencies in how energy is being processed. Now let's talk about one of the biggest mistakes: oversized inverters in low-load environments. A large inverter running small loads often cycles inefficiently, generating unnecessary heat and triggering intermittent fan operation. So ironically, bigger doesn't mean quieter. It often means more unstable behavior. Now here's the insight most people miss. Silence isn't something you add to a system at the end. It's something you design for from the beginning. Because noise is not just sound, it's a reflection of how hard your system is working to keep up. A truly silent setup prioritizes high efficiency to reduce heat generation. It uses passive cooling or properly sized units that operate within optimal load ranges. Because when a system runs quietly, it means it's not struggling. It's not overheating. It's not wasting energy. It's simply doing its job, smoothly, consistently, and without stress. Because in the end, the quietest system is the one that doesn't have to fight to keep running. For the full deep dive breakdown on building a system that truly works long-term, head over to my YouTube channel and watch the full video at Off Grid Life Tech.